Yaya Toure was making his 316th appearance for Manchester City after signing for the club in 2010. Manchester City manager Pep Guardiola is targeting 100 points after his team established a new top-flight points record with a 3-1 victory over Brighton at the Etihad Stadium. In Yaya Toure's final game as a City player, goals from Danilo, Bernardo Silva and Fernandinho ensured Guardiola's team surpassed the 95-point tally set by Chelsea under Jose Mourinho in 2004-05. 97 points. A lot of goals, a lot of wins. That is a consequence of the season we have done, Guardiola said. We want 100 points to finish this almost perfect season in the Premier League. Another Chelsea record, this time from 2009 tenths, during Carlo Ancelotti's tenure as manager, went when Silva stroked home City's second, which brought up 104 league goals for the season. Fittingly, City's latest accomplishments came against opponents who they began this record-breaking campaign against, on a sun-kissed evening on the South Coast last August. On that occasion, Guardiola's side required help in the form of a Lewis Dunk own goal, but City have required little assistance ever since and are threatening to add to a compendium of club and domestic records before the season is out. The Premier League champions may yet conclude the campaign by becoming first team to reach 100 points in an English top-flight season if they win at Southampton on Sunday, 1500 hours BST. It follows City signing off at home by breaking the Premier League record for most wins in a season. Their 31 victories in 37 games passes the 30 registered by Chelsea last term and equals the all-time top-flight record set by Tottenham's double-winning team of 1960-61. Man City 3-1 Brighton. Pep Guardiola says Man City have almost had the perfect season. However, Guardiola suggested his side need to win more trophies before comparisons can be drawn between his side and the great Liverpool teams of the 1980s or Sir Alex Ferguson's Manchester United sides. To be considered one of the best, you have to win more. To be alongside United in the 1990s or Liverpool in the 1980s, you have to win more. I am not saying we are a legend team, I am not saying we are better than them. No, because you have to make more years to do that, but in one season we were better than all of them in the history of Premier League and the history of English football. Out with there. Old in with the new. Much of the evening for those in Sky Blue was devoted to paying tribute to Toure in his final appearance for City at the Etihad, 4 days before his 35th birthday. The midfielder's name was replaced with the word legend on the team sheet, and City supporters went through a repertoire of songs paying tribute to the Ivorian. At full time, his brother Carlo, who also played for City between 2009 to 2013, emerged to the tune of 2 Unlimited's 1993 hit No Limit, to present his younger brother with a commemorative shirt. Yaya Toure, it's goodbye to Man City, but not to football. If Toure, who has collected 7 trophies since being signed by Roberto Mancini in July 2010, represents the past, Leroy Sane, a Guardiola recruit, embodies the present. Having arrived from Schalke for £46.5 million in 2016, this has been the 22-year-old's breakthrough season in England, and he was at his tricky best against the Seagulls, creating all 3 of City's goals. His quick 1-2 and surge through midfield created the opener, a driving run down the left and back post cross laid on the second, and some quick thinking and a precise cut back delivered the third. Sane has now been directly involved in more league goals this season than any other German player in Europe's top 5 divisions, scoring 10 and providing 15 assists. Tough night for Brighton. Man City 3-1 Brighton. Chris Hughton says it was a hard night for the Seagulls, even facing a City side that made 8 changes to their last league outing. This was always going to be a tough assignment for Brighton. Only Manchester United, Everton and Huddersfield had taken points from their visit to the Etihad this term, while Chris Hughton's team hold the unwanted distinction of having the second worst away record in the Premier League, after relegated Stoke. They are, I think, the best footballing side that I have seen, certainly in the Premier League, Hughton said. They just have an abundance and a way of playing. The biggest asset of their game is their pace and intensity, and that is both ways. When you have gifted players, they might not be so good without the ball, but this is a team that when they lose possession, even the gifted players, they have worked hard to get the ball back. Albion, who maintained their record of not being beaten by more than 2 goals on their travels, remained in the game until 18 minutes from time. Though generally starved of possession, French winger Anthony Knockaert was a threat throughout and could have restored parity, but it was always a case of their work being completed before this evening. The Seagulls guaranteed their Premier League status with a win over Manchester United last week at the Amex, where 7 wins and 29 points from their 19 games has proven enough to accomplish their primary aim. Man of the match, Leroy Sane. Manchester City. Leroy Sane created all 3 Manchester City goals, delivering a superb example of wing play. Toure captains City for first time since 2016. The stats: Man City now hold the outright record for most goals in a single Premier League campaign, 105, overtaking Chelsea's total of 103 goals in the 2009-10 season. Pep Guardiola's side have won 31 Premier League games this season, the most in single campaign in the competition. In fact, they've equalled the all-time English top-flight record for most wins in a single campaign, 31, Tottenham in 1960-61. City have won 97 points in 2017-18, the most by a Premier League team in a single season. Furthermore, City's 97 points is only bettered in the English top flight by Liverpool's haul of 98 in 1978-79, adjusting 3 points for a win. City have conceded in 7 of their last 8 Premier League home games against newly promoted sides, only keeping a clean sheet against Huddersfield at the weekend. In 8 previous league visits to Man City, the Seagulls have failed to win any D2L6, although this was their first visit to the Etihad. Leonardo Ulloa scored his first league goal for Brighton in 1467 days, last netting for the Seagulls against Nottingham Forest in May 2014. Leroy Sane has been directly involved in more league goals this season than any other German player in Europe's Big 5 divisions. 10 goals, 15 assists. Sane is the 4th player to have registered a hat-trick of assists in a Premier League match this season, and 3rd for Man City, Raheem Sterling, Kevin De Bruyne and Henrikh Mkhitaryan. Yaya Toure started a Premier League game as captain for Manchester City for the first time since April 2016, versus Stoke. What's next? Manchester City travel to St Mary's to face Southampton in their final league game of the season on Sunday the 13th of May, kick-off 1500 hours BST. Brighton head to Anfield to play Liverpool on the same day, 1500 hours BST.